African diplomacy's Chris Landsberg says the reason Lindiwe Zulu has been making media statements on Zimbabwe is because President Jacob Zuma has been quiet on the issue. And the situation returns to normal at the Consmerch gold mine at Gravelknot in Limpopo. I'm Richard Brooks, Chairperson of African Diplomacy at the University of Johannesburg. Chris Landsberg says the reason Lindiwe Zulu has been making media statements on Zimbabwe is because President Jacob Zuma has been quiet on the issue. At the weekend, the presidency denied suggestions that it had bowed to pressure from President Robert Mugabe by silencing the top envoy on Zimbabwe. It said only President Zuma had the mandate to speak about Zimbabwe on behalf of SADC regarding facilitation issues. Zulu has spoken to the media about the challenges Zimbabwe is facing ahead of the July the 31st election. Mugabe has made disparaging comments about Zulu, even labeling her a street woman. Landsberg explains.
An official, an advisor at that, who's able to play the role that former President Thabo Mbeki has done. And I think Robert Mugabe has a point. This is supposed to be a president-to-president matter, which begs the question, why has our own president been so quiet and so silent on this issue all along, allowing an advisor to play such a prominent role?
3 rescue teams continue their search for 2 mine contractors at Amplatz's Batupele mine in Rustenburg in the northwest. This after a rockfall occurred underground on Saturday morning. Itumeleng Khajane has more.
The rescue team involving Health and Safety Inspectorate from the Department of Mineral Resources and several Amplaц workers have been on the frantic rescue mission for the last 4 days. According to AMCU's representative, progress to rescue the duo has not been fruitful thus far. Since the beginning of the year, 29 mining fatalities have been reported at the mines across the country. Production at the shaft has been stopped since Sunday. Itumeleng Khajane, SABC News, Rustenburg.
The situation has returned to normal at the Consmerch gold mine at Gravelknot outside Palabora in Limpopo. The mine's Freddie Dippenaar says workers have started their night shifts and many more returned this morning. Operations were halted for at least 2 weeks after 127 miners staged a sit-in underground. They were demanding shares that they say the mine has promised them. Dippenaar explains.
The majority of the workers returned to work with night shift yesterday. An improved number reported for work this morning. The company was granted labour court interdict to dismiss the striking workers. Now that the workers have returned to work, we have appointed a mediator to mediate on issues of differences between management and the employees. But the workers who have returned to work would probably not be dismissed at this stage.
People interested in bidding at an auction for the Polokwane House of Economic Freedom Fighters leader Julius Malema have started arriving at the premises in Polokwane. Auctioneer Agi Stroh of Eli Stroh Properties says the auction is expected to raise around 1.5 million rand. He says the house is in an excellent condition and is situated in a middle-class area. SARS, that's the South African Revenue Service, attached the house in Flora Park to recoup a 16 million rand tax debt that Malema still owes. Malema's incomplete mansion in Sandton was sold at an auction for 5.9 million rand in May. His farm fetched 2.5 million rand at an auction in June. Several of Malema's household goods were also auctioned earlier this year.